Just making a nice big mess. Some of you might be saying, hey Noah, don't you have a big wooden cutting board that would fit all this broccoli on it? And to that I say, I do. But here we are. Today on Panic Pantry, we are making a twice baked potato with smoked cheddar and broccoli. It's like a baked potato that becomes a loaded mashed potato, gets put back inside a potato, and then cooked again. So it's like a bakey, mashy, cheesy something. So what basically we're gonna do, take these baked potatoes, and we're gonna have baked them already. How do we do that? Just like this. Pierced them with a fork, coated them in a little bit of oil and salt, set a sheet pan with foil on it on the bottom rack to keep the drippings from hitting it, and then put the potatoes right on the rack of the oven and cooked it at 450 till it got nice and crispy and soft on the inside. There's nowhere to put them. Wasn't that nice? Water's boiling. We want to salt this very aggressive. This actually you can salt like the sea, unlike pasta, which I don't recommend doing that for. A nice hefty batch of salt. I want to boil it so it's super soft so it kind of mashes up with the potatoes. I'm actually going to just kind of roughly mash up this broccoli because you don't really want al dente broccoli inside of a mashed potato texture. That's weird. Now we'll take our potatoes, and now you want to cut it in kind of the widest way possible so that you get kind of the most top surface area for your boat, if that makes sense. Don't be a hero when you're making a boat. You want to keep your skin intact as much as possible. So make sure it's cooled first of all. And you're just kind of spooning out as much potato as you can without disrupting the integrity of the boat. And then we're going to grease the bottom of this pan just a touch. A little parchment lined pan. We got these guys, going to give them like a light mash just to kind of break them up a little bit before we start adding some of our components. A half stick of butter, and then a nice like 1/4 cup of sour cream. Make it a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Some of these green onions. Probably about another 1/4 cup. All that like a 1/2 cup of smoked cheddar. Now we're getting somewhere, folks. Basically keep adding things to it until it tastes amazing by itself. Now we'll add some of our broccoli. Call that about a cup of broccoli. Honestly, this alone is kind of dinner sometimes. If you want to just have like a big comfort foodie, super loaded baked potato. If you had it with like a steak, it's like obviously a real decadent dinner. Season it with some salt, a little more cheese. You want it to be kind of creamy and light and salty. Let's do another little dollop of sour cream. Last thing you want is to do all this work and have it be a little dry. This is not healthy, but it is delicious. So now we're just going to start loading up our potatoes. And then take some more smoked cheddar, put it right on top. Because the truth is, no matter how much cheese is inside of something, they want to see it melted on top. That's what the people want, folks. And now we repeat this activity with some smoked potatoes. Don't disturb the boat. Smoking a potato is just like one of those things that once you do it, you're like, well, yeah, of course it's fucking way better. Yeah. Now we'll put them in the oven at 425 and just blast them until they're heated through and have melted cheese on top.
I'm so amped for these.
Oh, this is free broccoli. This is just boiled with lemon.
Oh man, can't wait. Hey, you guys, it's free broccoli. Yeah.
I mean, come on. So one of the keys to this to me is that usually if you brown all the cheese on top of something, it dries it out. But because there's also cheese on the inside, that cheese is moist and juicy, and then the cheese on top can be crispy. Hello, you just throw out whatever you want to.
Totally.
But also, my mom is here. Usually I would have had my mom on for something Italian because my mom identifies as Italian, but actually her dad is Irish, so we're gonna give her
She presents as Italian.
We're gonna give her Irish bar food. So we've got actually two versions of this today. the regular one that I make for Eliza all the time, which is the loaded twice baked potato. But these right here are actually smoked the first time. So it's a smoked and baked. I think I want actually a special. No.
Is this crispy cheese? Yes. Oh yeah. That's what you want. It's the jewel of the baking sheet. Okay. The answer is the smoked one's better. Oh god.
This is also smoked cheddar, so you're getting smoked either way. It's basically a mashed potato inside of a skin of a baked potato. In a way, I almost should just serve this as a mashed potato and then just give you a potato skin on the side. But I kind of like it in a little boat.
What I would do,
Because after you eat it, you put more cheese on the skin and then put it back in the oven.
that's what I do. You'd eat the potato, and then I would use the skin and make you
Potato skins?
potato skins, which you love.
That's how I got to be
This
so big.
is delicious.
Did you try the other one yet?
And you won't.
It's one of those things where once you can smoke a potato, why would you not? Other than all the time and energy and requirement to smoke something.
What does the average person at home do if they can't smoke a potato?
You do this. You can put them in the fridge after they've cooled down. Then you can just put them back in the oven to heat them back up, or microwave them even if you want to, and they reheat very well.
Or throw them in the freezer and lick them as a summer treat.
Toaster oven, right?
There you go, Nancy.
Going for the gold.
Getting that cheese jewel.
I mean, this is such a good meal. I used to give you this just with a green salad.
Yeah.
Like that would be dinner. Stuffed baked potato and a green salad.
Just a stick of butter, a pound of cheese, a whole potato, and a green salad.
Hot!
All right, we made loaded, twice baked potatoes with smoked cheddar, green onion, sour cream, all kinds of good stuff. We also made a smoky bakey one, and it is delicious.
Remember, tasty times, Nancy.
Call for tasty measures.